Welcome to 3 in the Key. This is Homestand Studios. I'm your host, Nor Zainab. Next to the J Unit, Jelani Goodrich, Reed, and Justin Pooney. And this is the week of the trade deadline. So you better have all your notifications ringing. Everyone that you know better be alert, aware, your texts out, getting ready to see the stats for every player that's about to be moved to a different team, because your team might be involved. Your team might be taking on someone like Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam, breaking news. Masai Ujiri.
Is it really
actually
breaking news?
Yes, it is. It happened like what, half an hour ago. You guys kind of broke.
I'd say it's
broke
more of a
me with
report.
it.
I'd say
It
it's
is
more
a
of a
report, but we're going to sensationalize it, guys. It's about sensationalizing everything.
Okay.
We know this, right? So what happened was Michael Grange tweeted while Pascal Siakam was at his media availability. I'm not sure if it was right in the middle of him still doing it or towards the end of it, but regardless, whenever it was, Masai came over and pulled him while he was around reporters. So you know that media members, people that are watching, who are aware that the trade deadline is 2 days away, they know that Pascal Siakam and the Raptors are headlining it. So every little move that Masai makes, every little tweet that someone on the Raptors sends out is going to be looked into very deeply and, like I said, sensationalized. So Masai Ujiri comes out. Pascal Siakam sitting right there. He's got the media people, reporters right around him. Michael Grange out there with his phone ready to go and type it out. He's like, he pulls him, notions him to come join him in the office. And this is something that's going to be looked into, because what did Masai Ujiri
What was the wave
say
about?
to Pascal Siakam?
Maybe Masai had like ordered a pizza to the office and was like, "Yo, Pascal, you want?
I saved you a slice.
You want cheese?
Or maybe it was, "Yo, Pascal, your ass is getting sent to Brooklyn right now. Go get packed."
Or maybe he was inquiring about another player on the
Or
team.
maybe he's like, "Hey, would Kevin Durant fit in this locker room?"
I don't know.
What was it all
I don't know,
about?
fam. It's
Stay
interesting.
tuned.
You know why? To me, it's interesting because Masai Ujiri is a very calculated man. So everything he does is going to be, he knows what he's doing. Like, we know he's a smart man. Every move is a move for a reason. There's multiple reasons behind what he does. He plays chess, not checkers. Sorry, Jelani, I know you're a checkers man, but you can't keep up with Masai Ujiri here. So if you know, again, trade deadline 2 days away. Your team and you guys are headlining it. You're about to go pull your best player on the team in front of media members, knowing they're going to tweet it out, looking for either clout, information, whatever it may be. And now it's going to hit the internet. Are you doing this to troll people?
Probably are.
I feel like it's trolling, is it not?
I do have a feeling like, I don't know what's going to happen, but there is a big feeling that I have where no one's going to get moved.
Or it could be that a move is imminent, but they're just, okay, this deal is probably about to happen. Yeah. We just want to let you know, right?
That could be it.
It could still fall through,
or they're looking at, or Masai might be talking to him about like the future plans for this team. Like, here's what we're trying to do.
Like he told
Are you okay with it? Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, trade tomorrow.
He might be. Are you okay with this? Are you all right if we ship this guy out? Where we have taking calls for you, just being real. We're trying to retool right now. We might go through a rebuild. All of those things, I think, is a talk like that. I think it's a conversation where it's like the outlook on the team moving forward.
For me, it's the timing of it, because I'm like, you could have pulled him at any point. You could have literally waited like 5 extra minutes for him to leave the podium, go into the locker room, be like, okay, no eyes are here. Let me have a conversation with you. Literally pulls him while the media is sitting there.
And this is after Siakam kind of gave some pretty blunt answers. He was like, during his media availability, look, man, it's getting very spicy.
It's weird.
Spicy.
There's stuff gonna be shaking and moving. Look, even last night, like I was at the gym working out.
Jeez.
Wow, little gym drop, little flex over here. Yeah,
he was in there.
We're trying to get, summer 2023 is about to be like summer 16 all over
Holy,
again.
my bad.
You literally just told me that summer's too far away.
What?
When I told you I want to work out, you were like, summer's too far away. Now the whole dialogue's changed once you're on camera.
Yeah, but you're already perfect enough as is.
Oh. Where's HR?
Riz.
Yo, Shams Riz, nah. We got JP Riz over here.
Anyway, what was I saying? What are we talking about? Oh, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. He lost it twice.
Okay,
yeah. So, like, remember last night when it was like the Raptors were in heavy with the Brooklyn Nets and what discussions were going on there? It could have been just like Masai explaining what happened last night too, right? With the Nets. Because obviously Pascal was pretty upset about all those rumors, and maybe Masai was just putting him at ease. Like, we have no idea what's going on, right? People are just throwing shit out there and hoping it sticks, right? And if you're a Twitter troll out there, that's the perfect time for you to, make your shine, right? But if I'm the Toronto Raptors, Masai Ujiri's phone must be like going off all the time. Oh yeah,
for sure.
And Ben Simmons, could he potentially be in Toronto in almost 2 years later when people were saying that you should trade Siakam for Ben Simmons?
No, right? Thanks. I would like to veto that hard. I will stop. I will enter Pearson myself and become a human barrier to make sure this trade doesn't go through.
Dang.
Because
Ben Simmons flies private though, right? Like, he doesn't go through Pearson.
Like, you're still you have to go through an airport anyway, isn't it?
They go through like the separate private terminal.
It's still fucking Pearson.
Don't you remember Kawhi? Don't you remember Kawhi? They'd be like, where is he?
So you're just gonna be a barrier for a family that is trying to travel here.
A family that's trying to get on their flight to Disneyland. They checked in with Austin Rivers. This family checked in with Austin Rivers to go to Disney World for the week, and then here's Noor just blocking them, trying to get into security. Little Jimmy and Timmy are so excited to see Mickey Mouse because Austin Rivers sent them a video saying, yes, Jimmy and Timmy, you can see Disney. You go to Disney World.
Jimmy and Timmy.
Right?
Check in with Mickey and Austin Rivers.
Right? You're basically denying a family a right to go to Disney World after Austin Rivers gave them the green light to go.
They don't all take Pearson.
Shout out to Austin Rivers.
Yeah, I know. Wow, so you're blocking a family.
You know what?
Wholesome family.
You know what?
A 4.
You guys know what? There's that dinky airport like down the street from here, right? Right. Maybe Masai will fly him into there, and then he could the back channel road. Maybe,
I'm gonna follow I'm following the freaking latitude, longitude coordinates of this airplane. I'll make sure.
Geography.
I'm standing when it lands. I will. Justin, we found out when freaking what's it called? Where Kawhi was traveling with the chop.
I heard Uncle Dennis leaked that though because he wanted more money.
I don't think so. Actually, I don't know. I wouldn't hold anything bad past Uncle Dennis. He ruined that kid's dream just like he ruined mine. But can you get back on track? Where were we?
PJ Washington.
Ben Simmons is Toronto. Yeah. No, I'm human barrier. I'm stopping. That plane will not land. I will lay
Hopefully
on the ground.
Hopefully it lands. Safe travels.
Yeah. No, turn back around. It's okay. Make sure you have enough fuel for both ways because there might be some resistance in Toronto. Because listen, there's just no way. The Brooklyn Nets, if they want to give us Ben Simmons is no way, no how, any way a moving factor if you're not adding Nick Claxton as well as Kyrie Irving to the thing. What happened?
So I just saw on Twitter, posted a minute ago, people that were at the Raptors practice said it was talk about the Masai and Pascal thing. It was 5 minutes and the guys were laughing and chilling afterwards.
Again, we talk about it. A lot of people felt like there was something. I didn't really feel like it was much. Maybe a deal might still happen, yeah, but I think that conversation.
What about this, guys? What about this, guys? Because I mentioned earlier today, right? The Mavericks were shopping Tim Hardaway and Christian Wood. What if they package that for Siakam?
It's possible.
Big game hunting by Dallas.
Because Dallas would they got Kyrie, but they still want someone else.
They could use Christian Wood.
Dallas still wants somebody else,
right?
That could help Luka out, and obviously Kyrie. So you never know. I think Pascal could work over there.
I'm just shooting. I'm just shooting trades.
But it's the problem with Dallas is like the assets. Like I don't know if a lot of teams.
I don't think those two make up for it. Yeah, I don't think those two make up for.
We'll see though.
Siakam.
I just don't think Dallas wants to like lose more guys.
I was gonna say like especially if you're gonna be getting Pascal Siakam, like you're gonna have to give up a lot. And if you give up a lot, what do you have left? And sorry, like. It might be Kyrie's 4th exit. So now then afterwards you got Luka and Pascal Siakam left. You got no idea. So I don't know about that. But in terms of Ben Simmons, he doesn't have a trade value. Like executives around the league have said that no one's going to want to take on that contract. It's $80 million over the next 2 years. He doesn't produce anything on the court. I think he's averaging like 7 points right now on the season. And it just, there's nothing, and sometimes he even comes off the bench. So this guy's making close to $40 million a year, and he's sometimes coming off the bench, and you're not able to rely on him. You don't know what his conditioning's like. You don't know if he's willing to even shoot. Like, he does not want to shoot whatsoever. So why would a team want to take on a contract like that?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Personally,
I don't think anybody wants to take on Ben Simmons, right? But what I think I mentioned on Homestand NBA, by the way. Check that out on YouTube. Doing great things over there.
Wow, a little
self-plug there. Yeah.
plug?
But look, like Ben
drop?
Simmons is basically going to be like the thing to help make the money work. Right?
Yeah.
And I think Ben Simmons is on the trajectory to being just a bio candidate and end up just like floating around, which is crazy.
I know.
Right? This guy's still young and his career is basically on life support.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is. Is
Kind
it
of
not?
is if
Like,
you
is
look
it,
at
is it
it.
kind of
it's true. No,
it's
it's
he's going down that road. We're just gonna become a journeyman and hopefully catch on from team to team to team to team, and you know that's just what happens.
It's not the
sometimes.
same guy.
It's not the same guy. And
But like it's so crazy because like you just remember him 3 years ago against the Raptors. He was making everyone's life hell, and even if he's not shooting, at least he's doing the defensive end of the work. And you're just not seeing any level of production anymore. And I think that's a lot to do with probably his confidence as well. Like he's just gone through so much
the
off court.
confidence, the stuff that happened with the Sixers at the
Yeah.
end of that relationship with Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid. Yeah, it's been an issue. It's been a problem. I like Ben Simmons, but the way that he's been playing in Brooklyn hasn't worked. That whole thing has just been a mess so far for him. So if you're the Raptors, if you take on Ben Simmons, you're obviously gonna want more than just him. It can't just be like a straight up for Fred or OG, right? So I want my vets. I want guys that can shoot the basketball. You see Seth Curry, he's still over there. Give him to Toronto. I want a guy like Joe Harris who has the potential to shoot.
If I'm the Raptors, right?
picks.
If I'm the Raptors, I want to get younger and
No, that's what I'm
And
saying.
I'm
I'm saying
thinking-
if there is a Ben deal, but I'm saying we obviously want Claxton or Cam. That's the thing.
I think Brooklyn's out of the picture now that deal got closed because the Raptors can pivot to somewhere else that can give them those younger assets that they want and they covet
But I
rather
think-
than a guy like Joe Harris and Seth Curry who don't really fit the
No, that's
future.
for a Ben thing. I'm saying if you want Claxton, that's what you really want, right?
Yeah.
If you want a deal with the Nets, I should
Yeah.
say, then you're looking at Claxton or you're looking at Cam Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna try your best
Yeah.
to encourage the Nets to engage in a deal in that aspect,
And
right?
I also think the Nets are in a position now where they kind of have to do something. Like they need to bring someone on, not just to give Kevin help, but to also make a case for Kevin to stay. Like he's the front end of your franchise. He's the market value. He's bringing in everything. He's doing everything on and off the court. And that's a guy that is a top 5 player, and you want to keep a guy like that. So after everything went down with Kyrie, obviously that relationship is strained. And whatever they're going to do now, I think they're going to have to go hard, and they might have to go and overpay for some guys because you want to show Kevin that, okay, we want to keep you and we're going to give you every help that you require. And that's also why I think it's not the Raptors shopping Pascal Siakam. It's more so the Nets because they want to see what the best value they can get. And they're like, the Raptors are on the market. Why the hell are they offering OG Fred and Gary Trent when I could get Pascal Siakam? So they're looking for things like that. And you know what? There might be a deal out there with them where they're able to get Pascal Siakam, but you're going to have to give up Nick Claxton. You're going to have to give up Cam Thomas. Pascal Siakam is an all-NBA player. He's been an all-star. He's the championship. He gets better every single year. So for a guy like that, you're going to have to give up a haul. And no one's going to be happy.
I would think it would be like it won't be both. It won't be both for Pascal. It would be probably Claxton, and then you're looking at Royce O'Neal, maybe Joe Harris in the picks.
And those picks.
But if I'm the Raptors, I don't mind that. I don't mind it because
You get
Claxton could
picks,
help
and
you.
you get
He's
a
young.
center.
He's young, and then you
young
get the picks,
center.
right? And we'll see what happens with the picks. Picks don't always pan out, but still.
But don't you guys
Right.
think like also just making it the fact that they're also your like Eastern Conference rival, wouldn't that
That's the other
make it?
thing,
Yeah,
it's
wouldn't
gonna
that,
make it tougher to strike a deal with
that's
them,
also why
just
I
because of
think
that,
they would
but-
have to offer more to get Siakam because Masai would be like, why
Yeah.
would I send him to you when I'm?
But
only gonna
again,
make you
if
stronger?
if you're asking them for both Cam and Nick, that's not gonna happen. They're not going to be willing to give up 2 young assets, and I know that's what the Raptors want, right? That's what the Raptors been wanting.
that's why the
I
deal
think-
won't work.
I think they'll be
Yeah.
okay with one of them.
You're
Most likely Claxton.
you're seeing it in Utah too. Like Danny Ainge is asking for a whole bunch of
Oh,
stuff.
we know this.
for nothing,
That's
right?
Danny Ainge.
And I think like when I look at this, the next couple of days, next 48 hours till the deadline. Holy, sorry, I got 24 notifications on Twitter.
My bad.
Wow,
My
what a
bad.
popular guy. Okay,
Nothing really. It's just
Okay.
nonsense. But when I think about it, when I look at the Raptors and I think about what's gonna happen in the next 48 hours, what are you gonna do?
Holy shit, 48
right? Are you
hours.
gonna put all your focus on one player? Or are you still actively circulating with all deals? Right?
Oh wait, you mean like the Claxton thing?
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is like,
right, right.
is like,
like Siakam and stuff.
are they gonna start focus? Okay, we're gonna trade just Siakam.
Oh.
Like, but
okay, if I'm running the Toronto Raptors right now,
which you
I love Toronto. I love the team. You ship them all. Do it.
Thank you.
Why? Because look at the team.
It's about sustainable success.
Are we gonna win anything? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, cool. Are we contending anytime soon?
No.
Yes or no? Okay, so why not take? I've been saying this every show. Take a few years.
Yeah.
To rebrand the whole team, right? You get younger, you get more talent in the door,
more athletic
that you need, right? And a bench for once.
Yeah.
You do that. And this is the prime time. Now, how have we ever seen OG's trade value this high? No, we have not. Have we ever seen it for Fred? No. Siakam, he was an all-star snub. His trade value is still there, right? And then when you're talking about Gary, who knows what's going to happen with that situation? I say, okay, maybe you want to keep Gary because he's young. Mm-hmm. I understand that. But the other three, for sure, like you're never getting, you're not getting, Gary. I know, and that's the question. But I'm saying, for especially those three guys, right? Those vets, right, that have been here for a minute. You're never getting a haul like this for each specific player. You start fresh. You start new. I know Raptors fans, y'all don't want to do it.
It's simple economics, man.
Trust me, it's going to work.
It's simple economics.
We've seen this with other teams. They've done it before.
The supply and demand chain, man.
Other teams have done it.
The supply, the demand is high. You sell, right?
Remember.
And I think
New Orleans, they let go of AD. Okay, AD also requested the trade, but they let go. Look at them now, okay? They got themselves Zion, and they're looking up forward, okay? You see teams like Memphis. They had down years. Look at them right now, right? Why can't the Raptors do that?
And it's not a bad thing to be on Team Tank or anything like that. It doesn't mean you're a hater. It doesn't mean you're against a team. What it means is you want to see this team be successful.
Would you rather see them stuck at 500 land or have an opportunity for the future?
But you see the future and you be, hey, you know, there's something here. This team could be a contender for not just a couple of years, but for maybe 5 to 10 years.
If you get a few, it only takes a few guys, a few really talented dudes, and you surround them with a team.
Exactly. The most hated team in the league right now is the Memphis Grizzlies, but they have Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., 3 guys who they can build around for the next 10 years.
Remember, where did they come from? Remember the Grind City era? Yeah. It ended. They had a few down years. Memphis was irrelevant. Look at them now.
They pivoted so quickly. Boston pivoted quickly.
Yes.
Right? You can rebuild and remake your franchise by selling off assets when they're How did Boston rebuild so quickly? They sold KG,
Danny Ainge
Paul
said, let's
Pierce,
do it. Let's go.
Jason Terry for a whole bunch of assets. It turned to be Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
They got young players and vets that help the team out. The Raptors are able to get vets. And they could get young dudes eventually through drafts.
I'm not saying that Pascal Siakam and those guys are comparable to KG and Paul Pierce, right?
No, but the situation.
The situation is very similar where the Raptors can take these assets.
Come on, Nor, let's
sell high and pivot their franchise to a position where, look, the next 2 years, I got so excited I knocked the mic off, but look, the next 2 years could be down years, but there's hope at the end of the tunnel.
Or even 3,
right now. Right now, this franchise, you don't see any hope at the end of the tunnel, right?
What, play in glorified 10 seed?
You don't. When you look at the Toronto Raptors as currently constructed, even if you have Pascal Siakam or you have Scottie Barnes as your pillars,
that's great.
Going forward.
That's great.
But is that going to compete with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? Is that going to compete with Giannis? Is that going to compete with Miami Heat? Is that going to compete with Joel Embiid? Is that going to compete with?
We'll see what Brooklyn does.
With Brooklyn, is that
Philadelphia?
Even with the Knicks, right? Is it going to compete with these franchises
Atlanta's
in the NBA,
still there,
in the Eastern Conference? I don't think so. Look, Scottie Barnes, really good young player, but is he that generational guy that can carry a franchise?
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
I don't think so.
But at this particular juncture, we can't say that. Pascal Siakam, like you just mentioned, all NBA player, right? But is he the guy to put a franchise on your shoulders and like, okay, give me the goods, take me to the promised land? He's not, right?
Sadly not.
And look, the Raptors have the ability right now to sell some very high quality assets. There's a reason why every NBA team is called Masai Ujiri right now.
We're preaching right now.
There's a reason why they're calling him up. Because they have very good assets that can help championship level teams. But the thing about Masai Ujiri and the Raptors is they have to be able to peel the band off and be like, look, these guys put a lot of service into this organization. They helped win a championship, some of these guys did. But it's time to peel that skin off, and open up a new era of Raptors basketball, an era that's young, exciting. There's something different, something to get the fan base excited, and a way to have sustainable success for not just a couple of years, but for decades to come. Because that's what will make fans happy.
Are you in agreement? Are you in agreement with us?
I just preached.
We've been preaching this
You guys took up
episode.
the whole 20 minutes. Like we're
we
literally out of time
Look,
now.
it's trade deadline. Keep on going.
Listen,
Are you trying to do it? Yes or no?
Listen, I understand where you guys are coming from.
Tough.
I understand. I understand the notion of selling everything while it's high and getting back an abundance amount of value for what you have currently in front of you. My only thing is, I don't think you need to sell all four. I think you can retool. And I think because the problem with this Raptors team isn't that they're not good. The problem with this Raptors team is they have no chemistry and they can't work together. There's no roles being dispersed out there, and they're all confused and want to play for a payday, right? And we saw this. It's the same thing as last year. Like, this team was a good team. They were in the playoffs, 5th seed. They did the whole 9 yards. But that's why I think if you remove a couple guys and if you keep the guys that you think still fit your future in terms of age, in terms of skill set, in terms of how they fit around what you want to build with Scotty Barnes, with whoever you end up drafting, let's say this year, because I think this year should be a tank. Like, this year, you just fucking tank at this point.
Yeah.
Why would you even want to go through the notion of going to the play-in, playing a team like the Bucks, the Celtics, the Nets, anybody out there? But that's how it is, right? Like, why would you go that route when you're closer now to the tanking value of it and grabbing someone and just calling it a season? Like, there's
a
no
high chance.
There's
for
no
a
shame in
quality
that.
Pick right
and
now.
that means you're not losing anyone. You're not losing anybody. You're just gonna go get a draft pick and see what comes of it. And at that point, this is a good draft to be a part of as well. You got Scotty Barnes. You clearly have a good system out there that's able to scout, figure out what values are going to be possessed by the guy that you're going to pull, because you saw Suggs was being brought up to be the guy, and the Raptors picked Scotty Barnes, and look at that, paid super well for them. That's Rookie of the Year for last year. So this year, absolutely go tank and call it a season. Like, there's no reason to do it.
So do we ship anybody?
But that's what I'm getting to. I think in terms of shipping, though, you don't have to ship everyone.
Or just play it out as it is.
No. I
They
think
can't run it back.
No. I think you have to trade people, but I don't think you can trade everyone. Like, I think for me, like I said, I think OG can stay, and OG can stay because, again, he's the younger guy based off of the 4, and his skill set is of importance to what you want to build.
Very important.
There's a
defense,
reason
That's why his value is so high.
But listen to me though. But there's a reason why those really good teams, like, they want to, like I said before too, they want to make noise, right? They're one piece away from making that noise. They're younger teams that are looking at OG.
So they're gonna give us everything
give
they
everything.
want.
They're gonna give the
But
Raptors
listen,
everything they
but
want.
I know.
Picks and young
But-
assets and maybe a vet.
But it's also showing you that the piece you have right now is somehow a piece to a finals team. So why would you want to give up that piece, especially when an OG Anunoby is very hard to find? Let's say his skill set was something like shooting, right? You're like, okay, cool, whatever. You can bring in a guy, teach him how to shoot. If he has that kind of skill set, that's easy to develop, right? That defense, that one-on-one defense, the ability to put that player on the best player on the other team, that's very hard to find.
I agree. I think definitely if we do move him, yes, there's gonna be a time when we do miss OG's services on the defensive side of the ball. But let me just say, I really feel right now, if you're looking at his career, we have never seen him play this well. Thus,
That's how value is
all
like
these
up here.
teams, all these teams out there are gonna be like, hey, Toronto, you know what? We'll give you this. We'll give you this. And we see that you guys are trying to retool, rebuild right now. So how about this as well? Vets. Right? That could help a bench that sucks. Let's be honest with ourselves.
And be good locker room guys to fix his locker room.
And you guys could find a way to maybe get, some quality draft picks. I'm not talking maybe top 5 in the lottery, but you could find a way to get some talent on your roster.
And the thing with
draft
picks is you can do whatever you want with it. You could draft them, you could trade them, you could do whatever you want with it because you have that flexibility. Right now, the Raptors have no flexibility with this roster they have right now. They're kind of stuck. They're stuck.
That's why I say that, like, right now, if you're running Toronto, you gotta really look at the situation you're in, and you say to yourself, "This is time. It's time."
The worst thing the Raptors could do is not do anything.
Oh yeah,
that is the worst thing.
Because
ever.
if they stand pat, what are you doing? What's
You're
the plan?
literally just wasting your time.
With Siakam, I think if they don't do it now, it's gonna be off season.
Yeah,
a trade, right? So that's fine. But I'm talking about the other 3. Like what? Why?
You're gonna lose Fred
what's
for
the
nothing,
point? What's the
right?
point?
I think that's what
Gary.
I mean. I think certain guys can obviously go because they don't. Not even in terms of what they want to be paid. Also because they just don't fit your timeline. Like Freddie's up there. Freddie also wants to go and he plays a certain style of basketball. Yeah, of course. And like the way he plays basketball is not conducive to the Raptors winning. So they can't offer him that. I think, and at that point too, he's playing super well, best basketball right now that he's played in a very long time, and that means his trade value is high up. And there's teams out there that could easily use him. Like, again, all these teams are salivating over our core four. They want them, like, they know they're all one piece away. That's why it fucking mind blows me why these guys can't work together on the court, but everyone knows individually.
It's just time.
It's just exactly.
You know, some teams they play together a long time, and then you realize, you know what, we're not doing anything. We're not going to win anything, and there's a ceiling, right?
It's hard for fan bases it's hard for fans to get to that point, because
specifically Toronto Raptors fans who have seen us have playoff success over the years, so they don't want us. They don't. Of course, I don't want to see us be bad. Good times, I don't want it, but look, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. If you start fresh, if you start fresh, then there's a possibility for a whole new type of Toronto Raptors team. It's going to take some time, right? But I understand where we're going to be headed. And I do trust the organization. I trust those guys in the front office, Bobby, Masai, and them, to figure this thing out. If we do start anew, I think they'll get it done.
Oh, we're gonna find out. There's 2 days away from the trade deadline. It feels like it's doomsday. Everything's doomsday. Everything's like closing in. I'm getting claustrophobic. I don't know what's gonna happen. Who's gonna be on the team by Friday? I just want this week over with. But something fun happening tonight. We're going to wrap this up really quickly because LeBron James might be
from Akron, Ohio,
all-time scoring
St. Vincent St. Mary High
leader
School
tonight against
number 23
Oklahoma City Thunder.
LeBron James.
Can you tell they're bronzexuals? He's 36 points away tonight. Boys, is he getting it against the Oklahoma City Thunder at home, or will this be against the Milwaukee Bucks and the Greek Freak at home next game?
Tonight's the night. I talked to LeBron this morning, actually, on the phone.
That's good.
He called me.
How's he?
He FaceTimed. He's good. He was like, yo, young king, I'm going to hold it down for you tonight.
No way. That's so nice.
He's like, I'm going to drop 37 tonight at the crib.
It's going to happen.
That's so nice. When's he coming to Toronto next? Is he coming to Caravana?
No, he's coming to Vancouver again.
I showed
him in Savannah a good time when they were back there. So
that's good. That's good, bro.
You know what? That's really good.
It's going to happen tonight, man. It's going to.
It's going to happen
tonight. You know why? Because OKC doesn't play defense.
Who's going to guard LeBron? Josh Giddey? Love Josh Giddey, but he's not playing no defense.
Look, bro. He's upset because Kyrie's not a Laker right now. He's going to go crazy on him.
And also, I was just thinking, I was like, in terms of like the iconic factor of it, it's kind of lame to get done against OKC. Like, let's be honest.
That's why I think be honest. The Bucks are the next game.
Kobe dropped 60 against the Utah Jazz in his last game.
Okay, I know, but this is why
Kobe dropped 81 on the Raptors.
Okay, we get it, Kobe. This is why I think it's gonna get done tonight, because let's say he plays tonight and he scores like 20 going easy, right? That means next game, if he wants to go hard, he's gonna have like 15 by like the first quarter, and that means he hits it at the first quarter. But LeBron's the kind of guy who wants his last shot to be the 36
points. That could be tonight. Let's say you never know.
What I said. Are you guys not listening to what I'm saying? That was my whole point.
You're talking in a circle. You could have just got to the point.
I'm cutting this. This is why bronzexuals don't deserve to have daylight. And you're not gonna.
It's gonna happen tonight. That's all I know.
Okay, guys, we'll see who's Toronto Raptor. We'll see when LeBron gets it done. Check us out everywhere you get your podcast. 3 in the Key, Homestead Studios. Take care.
3 Pac.
Never forget LeBronto.